Hello, everybody. This is Maurice Kempner. I'm an attorney, real estate broker, business consultant, and coach. Welcome to True Legacy Wealth Media. When I was a kid growing up, my family, we talked about business all the time. Growing up, I learned all these things just growing up, stuff you never learn in school and whatnot. And when they would teach me a lot of these things, they'd say some kind of joke or a little saying or something that went with it, or they'd put it at the end of the statement they were trying to teach me. And And that way it helped me remember them, right? And it works. It helped me remember it. So here's one of them. I'm going to talk about that today. He who cares the least in a relationship or a business transaction has the power. What this means is, I mean, you don't want to be in a relationship like with your kids or your spouse or anything and try to care the least so you have the power. When you're in a relationship like that, it's all hands on deck and everybody does everything they can for everybody else. That's the way I see it. And if you want to have a successful relationship, that's what you'll do too. But what I'm talking about here is that you need to be aware and watch yourself that you don't get in a situation where you just care too much. So, for example, let's say you're going out to buy a house. You really want to get this house. You just fall in love with it, and maybe it is something that you really should get if you want it. It's really important to you and everything. And it's going to put you at a disadvantage against the seller, right? If the seller doesn't care as much as you do, and he's got other offers, things going on, he's the one with the power, right? And then you're going to be in a position where you're just willing to do anything to get this house, right? And that means you're going to maybe take losses in this negotiation or pay prices you shouldn't pay. And I'm not saying that when you really want something, you can't be in this position and maybe you should go for it and pay a little extra or something like that. I'm just saying you need to be aware that you're putting yourself in this situation, right? So, for example, let's say you're looking for a rental property investment, right? You don't want to fall in love with it and say, "Oh, I just got to have this property and all this kind of stuff." And what it'll do is it'll make you make decisions that might not be in your best interest. It'll make you overpay, things like that. So just don't fall in love with too many business deals or real estate investment properties, things like that are going on. If you do, be careful. Know that you're making yourself vulnerable when you do that. But I think life is full of opportunities. Most of the time, not always, but most of the time, opportunities will come again. Sometimes there's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You just have to do what you got to do, right? But just be aware that if it's really something you want way more than the other person, you're the one that doesn't have the power and they're the one with the power. And just be aware of the situation you're in.